It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille. Tonight we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the San Antonio Spurs. Checking out the Spurs, this is their first time playing.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Tell him sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you all the action. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Looking at San Antonio, they took the win in their last game against the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
And typically on the road, it's harder to get into a great rhythm offensively, but they did just that.
Felt like the louder the crowd got, the more hostile they were, the more together this team played. So it worked out nicely.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, Kevin, Kawhi Leonard has been a great defender from day one, but he has developed into an elite offensive player as well. Now, Greg Popovich says he basically tells me what he wants to do now. He knows he has a green light. I think that's the difference. He's more confident, more aggressive, more hungry to score than in the past. Kevin?
And they need him to be that way, D.A. Thank you, especially after Tim Duncan's retirement and Manu and TP getting older. This is Kawhi's team now, for sure. Some prime-time rebounders here going head-to-head, shot blockers, controlling the rim. Brent, what's a mental makeup that you see of a terrific rebounder?
So really all about effort, and I think sometimes we don't do our diligence in terms of talking about great rebounders with how they set up well before the shot, Kevin. There are plenty of guys that grab 4 or 5 rebounds a game, but don't think about the shooter and where they're shooting from. Some of the great rebounders in our game understand where the ball is going to fly off the rim and get themselves in position early and often to do so.
I thought Dennis Rodman was maybe the best I've ever seen at his size do just that.
You know why, Kevin, is that they never asked him to shoot the ball, so that's all he had to think about.
Right. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. On the wings, Abrinas and George. Anthony is out there with Adams, and it's Westbrook in at the 1. Now here's Leonard. 4 on the shot clock. That's good on the jump shot. Leonard's got the opening field goal of the game for San Antonio. George passes to Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
Man, you see his eyes. Westbrook never getting off the rim there, and he has the focus to absorb the contact and still convert. And the San Antonio Spurs, the #1 ranked defense in the league the last 2 seasons running, top 5 defensively for the last half decade. When you play the black and silver, you may end up black and blue.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. And for the Spurs, you look at every defensive metric. Blocks, rebounding, Brent, avoiding fouls. They're ahead of the pack.
Well, steals are the only thing, Kevin, in a defensive category where they simply were just above average. And that's because they don't take many risks. They're willing to get themselves in great position and be in great position consistently and wear down the opposition because they're just so fundamental on the defensive end of the floor.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Parker with it. Westbrook picks him up. Screened by Parker. Pass to Aldridge. Westbrook against Parker. Outside Leonard. Here's Aldridge. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
Now, here's Aldridge, following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. Aldridge can't get that one to fall.
Defense has to feel fortunate. Somehow he missed that opportunity, and still, there's no reason for them to give up that kind of open shot. And I ask you, what can you do? This guy is a phenomenal decision maker.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Aldridge is screen. Outside, Green. And just miss after miss right now.
And right now they're like a light switch in the off position. 1 of 5 so far. Not an ideal start.
Offensive rebound. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. Now we take a look here at the shot chart for San Antonio.
And looking at this shot chart, you can't help but feel that this entire team has played passively on offense. There has been little to nothing going on at the rim or in the paint for that matter. And when you don't attack the defense and put pressure on them down low, you are making life far too easy.
And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Gasol, a screen on Felton. Here's Parker. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
And when Parker gets his legs under him from that mid-range area, he is incredibly accurate.
And Tony Parker in the 2017 season with the lowest minutes per game average in his career. He was playing so well in the playoffs. I mean, historically well. Then, Greg, as we know, the quad injury in the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's pretty clear that that 15-year run he's had as a starter, that window is rapidly closing, but still effective, just no longer the focal point that he once was.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. There's a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end.
A good balance and squared up shoulders. If there's one thing Green does better than anything else, it's nailing catch and shoot Jays.
Here's Abrinas, guarded by Green. Outside for Felton. Offensive rebound. Here's Adams. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Green, the screen. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Baseline try. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
Well, I feel like he can make that one blindfolded. Aldridge, as usual, cashing in from mid-range.
The feed to Anthony. Back to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Whoa, just climbing the ladder for that 360. Stupendous hop.
Yeah, Greg, he was sky high on that finish. Spurs trail by 6. Gasol a screen. The shot will not fall. Excellent D there from George. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. And stolen by Aldridge. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go. Can't get the shot to fall off the one-man break. Outside Anthony. Fires the 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. Anthony's got 5 points so far.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Leonard. It's stolen by Anthony. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing. The passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
For Oklahoma City, they have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts. 81%.
Rudy Gay's checked in for the Spurs. Ginobili comes in for Green. Well, you could feel the clock ticking for Melo's time in New York, and this offseason, it finally ended, Greg.
Yeah, and for a team like this to add Melo to the mix, what a blessing. I mean, Melo still has a ton of offense to offer, and hard to add a player so skilled as Melo for practically nothing.
On defense, Oklahoma City. A 12-point game.
Well, a little head scratcher there, guys. There's no reason to force the ball inside like that. I understand the thought process, but the pass just has to be better.
For Oklahoma City, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. That's good from Raymond Felton. Both free throws good from Felton. There's 25 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Parker against Felton. Parker outside. Ginobili sends a screen for Parker. 6 on the shot clock. Right side, Leonard. Looking to end the run. That one goes. Count it. Leonard's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, at this point in his career, playmaking is Manu's strong point. Locates the open man there.
And so it's Oklahoma City enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And the Gasol brothers, Pau, talked about the joy of sharing the NBA stage with his brother Mark.
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to really picture it. I'm just proud to be Mark's brother, and I'm proud of what he's become as a basketball player and as a man.
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way 2 of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become 2 of the best centers in the NBA at this age.
Especially when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers. I mean, they traded him to Memphis for his brother. And that does all seem like fiction, doesn't it?
Steven Adams.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And for the Thunder here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
And boy, I tell you, it didn't take them long to find their rhythm. Strong offense through one.
A nice game plan coming in, and right now sticking to it. It's a nice lead that they have.
Mills and Manu at the guards. Rudy Gay is out there with Anderson. And it's Aldridge in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the San Antonio 5. And Brent, 14 years in the NBA, you spent about half your time on the defensive end. Of all the guys you were matched up against, who was surprisingly difficult to cover?
It's funny, Kevin, because a lot of coaches would tell you I did not spend half of my time on the defensive end.
Well, I know better. I know better.
Surprisingly difficult to stop, I would tell you, it would be Mitch Richmond. Many years in Sacramento playing for the Kings. He was known as the Rock, and I can tell you why. Running into him and his physicality as a 2-guard was very, very difficult to stop. One of the game's greatest 2-guards.
Sturdy, wasn't he? He was thick. He was hard to move is what I think about.
He was very thick and physical, which was something that I was certainly not. And they also ran a myriad of screens for him on every possession. The most potent offensive player they had was Mitch Richmond, and they would get him open every time. So a very difficult cover for me.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, the Spurs have never been the flashy team in the NBA. Tony Parker said beautiful basketball is playing the right way. Ball movement, pure, beautiful basketball is the way we've played. You have all sorts of fans, and there should be something for everybody. Kevin, he told me a long time ago, if we were in New York, people would love us.
And during Popovich's time in San Antonio, the Spurs have always played together, D.A. Got to respect their team-first approach to the game. So it's San Antonio now, following the score by Oklahoma City. Back to Mills. Takes the 3. A Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Love the follow-up. It's as if Aldridge knows where the shot's coming from and gets himself in great position on the glass.
Adams controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Thunder lead by 14.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Stolen by Westbrook. The finish, and finished off by Westbrook.
So fast and so aggressive. Hard to stop Westbrook when he's tearing down the court like he did there.
The Spurs have gone 2 of 5 in the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And Mills kicks to Anderson. There's a screen. Aldridge inside. Adams on him. Aldridge dishes to Anderson. Spurs working the ball around now. Shots good by Mills.
For all the strides he's made in other parts of his game, Mills remains at his heart a dead-eye three-point shooter.
And when you watch Rudy Gay out there on the court, you see just why he's always been a solid scorer in our league. I mean, any situation, any type of offense, he can find a way to get points, and really one of the more underrated players we have in our league.
Here's Aldridge. Patrick Patterson picking up that last bucket. Aldridge kicks to Mills. Dishes it to Ginobili. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 6 rebounds here tonight. And with Rudy Gay, scoring, Greg, has never been a problem for him. Has pretty much had the same level of production his entire career.
Yeah, and if you say that about some players, it's considered an insult, but it's a good thing for Gay. Usually will shoot in the mid-40s for this field goal percentage and solid at that small forward position. Also a great ISO game.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Pau Gasol, he's checked in for Aldridge. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Anderson. Danny Green, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. Here's Leonard. Goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
High percentage look for Kawhi there. He's developed such good touch inside. That one's automatic.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Here's Leonard. Steven Adams making his last shot. Leonard kicks to Green. Gasol, a screen on Grant. Here's Leonard. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they paid the price.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Anthony's checked in for Oklahoma City. Paul George comes in for Grant. Up top, Leonard. All sorts of time. Come shot is good that time. Leonard's got 10 points in the game.
I can't be frustrated at him tonight. He's doing his job. I'd like to see his guys step up a little more.
And here's the fast break. Knocked loose. There's 45 seconds left in the first half. Leonard draws the double. Nobody near Gay. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. The Thunder leading by 12. George passes to Adams. George dishes to Carmelo. And that's collected by Gay.
Well, from our angle, that looked like that was going in. But defense, fantastic how they contested it.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Left side, Westbrook. Fires the three, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. Steven Adams has been leading the charge for Oklahoma City. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you like and not like about how your team has played so far?
Not too many turnovers, but I think we've got a decent pace.
Thanks for your time, Pop. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Oklahoma City has the edge here at halftime. They lead by 10. And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, flashing to the basket. Just shoot the high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being a more aggressive team, the more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, Ernie.
Kenny, how do you think San Antonio played?
Well, they're giving up too many high percentage looks, Ernie. They're not closing down the lane, and they're not going hard on the perimeter. That will get an L in any book.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Steven Adams with a strong contribution so far in this one.
I'll tell you, the scoring he gave them in the first half really made the difference.
Well, the defense is paying attention to a lot of other guys. He's gotten some good looks, and he's done a great job of finishing those off.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. The Thunder leading by 10. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. On the wings, Abrinas and George. Steven Adams is out there with Anthony, and it's Westbrook in at the point guard. Now, here's Westbrook. No one covering. Westbrook's got the first basket of the second half here for Oklahoma City. Westbrook against Parker. Left side, Leonard from past the arc, and it's good in the assist by Parker. Leonard's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for San Antonio.
Well, for the Thunder last season, the first one in the AD era, that stands for after Durant, you can imagine just how devastating his departure was for the fans of the franchise. But I think Sam Presti, as the general manager, prepared themselves for Kevin Durant leaving and for Russell Westbrook to assume the reins of the team.
2 points. That one goes. Gasol's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy goal.
Oh,
Come on.
I know it's just 2, but man, that's a nice 2. Westbrook with the insane creativity.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Green kicks to Leonard. Tries from 10. No good off the front iron.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook, and no good that time. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Parker against Westbrook. And the call will be against Alex Abrinas. That'll be his second foul of the game. Parker against Westbrook. Parker outside. Lock at 6. Aldridge with a screen on George. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. And Green gets it to go.
Yeah, couldn't have asked for a better start to the second half, minus that one miss. 3 of 4 now from the field right now in the second half.
They get a hand on it. Gasol with the steal. And Adams sends it back.
Well, Adams quick off his feet there with that size and length. Tough to shoot over.
Oklahoma City leading by 4. Here's Aprinas. Tries again, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
For Oklahoma City, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. Hey, Brent, we know there's a lot of John, a lot of communication out there on the floor. And when you were playing, who was the best trash talker you ever went up against?
Well, I played with the notorious one in Seattle by the name of Gary Payton. A lot of people put him pretty high up on their list. I also remember one Bonzi Wells at his time when he was with the Portland Trailblazers and Sacramento Kings, being a bit lippy. And then occasionally there would be a John Barry talking to me. But
really,
I never listened to him growing up, Kevin, so why would I listen to him on the court?
Good way to approach it. Here's Westbrook. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Now here's Westbrook. Good D by Parker. Here's San Antonio now. They're on a 12-3 run. Leonard and Anthony sends it back.
How about Melo rising up quick to that one there? Nice shot block.
And Adams with the slam.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. Parker kicks to Leonard. Another miss by Leonard.
Right now he's just out of sync. A lot of shots rimming out, and he's got to try to find something different.
Count it. Now it's a 7-point Thunder lead.
Well, that's kind of a signature play from Russell Westbrook right there. Looking at the defense, understanding that nothing's getting in his way, and even with a hand in his face, able to score.
Here's Parker following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Anderson the screen. George against Leonard. Shoots off the step back. Here's Aldridge, and he makes good on the layup. Aldridge has got 8.
So difficult to defend Aldridge inside. He can go around you or shoot over you. Pretty much whatever he wants to do.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Now, here's Parker. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. They set the pick. Passes it to Ginobili. Terrific design on the pick play. He lays it in.
And setting a solid pick to help his teammate gain separation. Leonard more than willing to sacrifice his body for the good of the cause.
Here's George. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
Well, the Spurs system hasn't changed through the years, but certainly some things being more emphasized than others. You had the post attack, certainly with Tim Duncan and David Robinson, and then it shifted to the drive and kick style with Manu and Tony Parker. And now they're back to playing the mid-range game with Kawhi Leonard and LaMarcus Aldridge.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Brewers checked in. Double team on Parker. He dishes it to Aldridge. No good from outside.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you should miss.
And in the past, there's been a distaste for isolation basketball in the Spurs organization. But we're seeing more iso ball running through Kawhi and Aldridge.
Well, they do a great job of passing out of the post, and mainly that's the reason why they use it. Force teams to come down as the ball gets closer to the rim and commit several defenders, and then the spacing takes over on the weak side. So they still utilize a pass-first style, and the isolation kind of sets up opportunities on the weak side.
And here is Johnson. Kawhi Leonard getting his 3 to go. And George kicks to Johnson. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's Leonard again missing. Oklahoma City leading by 6. Westbrook passes to Brewer. Count it.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Parker dishes to Ginobili. Right side Leonard. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Great awareness of the clock to end the quarter.
You like to finish things on a positive note, and he times that one beautifully.
And so it's Oklahoma City with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We come back right after this. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
We got a chance to get a great road win right now.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Spurs trail by 6. The defensive tandem of Green and Leonard outside. Rudy Gay is out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Mills in at the point. That's the San Antonio 5. Now here's Mills. To the paint, Gasol. Banked in off the glass. Gasol's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Spurs. Anthony against Gay. Anthony's shot is off.
And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
Here's Green. They get it again. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And free throw good from Gay. And Rudy Gay suffered the injury last season, but was still a wanted man when free agency rolled around, Greg, and San Antonio got him.
Yeah, I mean, the Spurs made a big offer for him, and Gay felt it was the right fit. Interesting to see how his role develops in San Antonio this year. Still, there's a feeling that he's got a lot left in the tank.
Anthony down low. He's covered by Gay. Gay with the block.
You got to respect those long arms of Gay. I mean, superb at swatting shots away. Put those big hands.
Patterson, he's checked in for Johnson. Now, here's Westbrook. And then jammed down as he goes right over Pau Gasol.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Mills with it. He's covered by Westbrook. Spurs passing it around. Leonard kicks to Mills. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Mills has got it all tied up now for the Spurs.
He's a serious catch-and-shoot threat really every time down the floor. Mills has to be accounted for by the defense.
Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Here's Gay. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Thunder have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Offensive rebound. Another shot. Anthony, the pass to Patterson. And George, here we go. Doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Leonard. Here's Green. Pass to Mills. To take the lead. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. George has got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by George. 15 points for Russell Westbrook.
Well, an off-the-charts scoring night right here for Westbrook. It seems like he's getting just about anything he wants.
And the wide-open shot from Green. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. DeJounte Murray, he's checked in for the Spurs. Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Alex Abrinas comes in for Raymond Felton. Now here's Murray. He's covered by Westbrook. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Leonard kicks to Gasol. And Gasol slams it in.
And it's official. They have come all the way back. At one point, this thing seemed to be out of reach.
This is a testament to this team's fortitude, never giving up. Folks, we've got a new ball game.
And that one's good. Westbrook.
How about these big shots for him in the fourth? He has been locked and loaded offensively.
Poked loose. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. A different look now for San Antonio. LaMarcus Aldridge comes in for Rudy Gay. And Parker subbed in for Murray. Paul George with the steal. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
There is no question that Russell is one of the top 10 athletes we have in the league. On full display there.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Green kicks to Parker to take the lead. Abrinas with a rebound. The Thunder with the lead. Westbrook dishes to Adams. Anthony in the corner. Right side, George. Shoots over Leonard. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. To be out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
San Antonio's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Green with a screen for Parker. Outside, Green. Gasol a screen. Green kicks to Leonard. Good on the shot. Leonard's got 22 points.
And who do you call when you need a big bucket? For this team, more and more, it's Kawhi.
Westbrook passes to Abrinas. Kicks to Adams. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. .127 left to play here in the fourth. Adams with the screen on Parker. It's Westbrook with the drive. An easy layup after coming off the pick. 19 points in the game.
And he's been demanding the ball in these situations. Westbrook with a chance to put this team away.
Westbrook with the steal. Anthony. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And now a 4-point Thunder lead. And here is Parker. Got a piece of it. Gasol a screen. Parker kicks to Leonard. To the paint. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got the ball. And George with the stuff.
The awareness of Russell Westbrook to locate the open man and deliver a strike. Something he's developing.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. 52 seconds left in the fourth. And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
And I would point to his shooting percentage as the key reason he's our pick. And that sounds simple, but he hadn't tried to do too much. He hasn't tried to force his shots. Just kind of waited and worked to get good looks. And in the end, he's found plenty of them.
Got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. He told them they have to keep fighting. He said, hey, look, we're right here, but we can't make mistakes. You got to be aggressive and smart. Back to you guys.
And so they foul intentionally. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. At one point, they led by 16. George dishes to Adams, and they go to the intentional foul. Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Well, Adams has his struggles at the free throw line, but he's making strides in that area and still has work to do.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Now here's Leonard. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Money! And now they trail by just 4.
And no problem having Green take big shots in big games. He's been tested.
23 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And those attempts right now at the charity stripe are helping them pull away.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They trail by 6. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul could make things interesting.
Definitely. Everything has to happen perfectly just to give them a chance.
Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game.
Just get a feeling like Melo has brought some extra energy to this one. This guy eats, drinks, and breathes basketball, but he's at it here tonight.
Collison inside. That's in there. Johnson with the assist.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that about wraps it up. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long, everyone.
So precious is yours, is mine. And look at the time. My God. So precious